Have you ever wondered why most of your editing breakthroughs are tied to music?
You find the perfect track, the timing falls into place, the bridge gives you an idea for a sequence.
That's because you're activating a second sense.
But let's throw a third into the mix.
How good would you be if you could feel the edit?
This is the Tourbox, and we are absolutely buzzing to talk to you about it.
Did you know that touch itself can boost creative output?
We found a study showing that if you let people touch the materials, the ideas get way more creative.
Why? Because hands-on interactions release dopamine.
So essentially, you touch something, your mood improves.
And when your mood improves, it leads to more creative ideas.
Simple as that.
Thank you so much to Tourbox for sending us the Tourbox and sponsoring this video.
I'm obsessed.
And we wouldn't be sharing it with you if we didn't think it was a great tool. It gives a whole new way for creators to interact and have a whole new relationship with their work.
We've already loved using the loop deck for Lightroom and the Blackmagic colour panel for Davinci.
But when we saw the Tourbox, a tiny console that you can use with any software, we were intrigued.
I was ecstatic. This is me, ecstatic.
Part 1, we're going through the features. First one, haptic feedback. It vibrates, and things that vibrate are usually quite nice. So what we're talking about here is physical feedback, which just
feels banging.
It feels banging.
The haptic feedback, you just do this all day.
There's all sorts of different buttons. So you've got like the dialy dial, the spinny dial, the buttony button, but also they feel kind of different.
The different physicality of them feel intuitive for different types of adjustments.
The whole thing is designed to be operated with one hand, which makes it a great alternative to the keyboard or an extension of that, and feel like a creative little DJ. Another sick thing about this is that it has the Bluetooth dual channel, which is amazing for a creative couple like us because we can use it on 2 separate MacBooks, even though I prefer to have 2 Tourbox, but you know, we deal with what we've got. And also if you're using like an iPad as an extension of your display, or for example, if you're using it for like some graphics on Procreate or whatever, it's just super simple. It's like a little button on the back and you just boop, swaps easily.
The whole thing is completely customizable, but if you're anyone like me, that would seem very overwhelming to me at first. So the good thing is it comes with a load of like pre-built workflows for all of the major software. I'm primarily going to talk to you about the ones that I use, which is Davinci and Lightroom, but Sal will talk you through the fact that actually it can be customized for pretty much anything.
You could have like Netflix, YouTube.
A bit later on in this video. The final feature, I've got it written down here as, it looks proper nice. It's got the see-through frosted design. You can see some of the mechanics technology in there. Futuristic, yes, very much so. And most importantly, it's tiny. You can throw it into a backpack, take it to a cafe. It's very easy to travel with, as opposed to a lot of the other like physical controllers. Get it in there. Don't fit. No good. Look at that, massive.
Or even trying to like take this with you on your travels. That's not going to fit into a BP.
Yeah, and traveling light is very, very important for us. And also one more thing, it's wireless. Now I think that should be a given in 2025, but you know, it's worth mentioning that helps.
One more thing, you can actually get this in different colours now.
Yeah, but the Elite one, the Elite Plus one.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a pink one.
No. Yeah. The Tourbox can be customized for any app, software, browser under the sun, maybe even OnlyFans, not sure about that one. But the thing I found really interesting is the fact that Sal and I have had quite a different experience. We've actually integrated it very differently into our workflows.
For me, just like my mouse and keyboard, it has become a non-negotiable in my entire workflow and computer ecosystem. The thing that leveled me up as a video editor was actually dialing in my shortcuts. So I essentially use the Tourbox like an extension of that system. Less friction and more creativity, more speed.
Bit of friction.
Just go away. I've got it set up for literally everything. Final Cut, Photoshop, CapCut, Canva, Notion. Anything that I found annoying about these apps before, I have now use this as a massive problem solver.
I feel like she's going to start scrolling the Netflix catalogue with this, like,
Oh my god, we could use it as a TV remote.
For me, on the other hand, the best thing I've found is the specific, really clever mechanisms that the console works, especially in Davinci Resolve and Lightroom. Alright, so Davinci, and let's start with timeline management. Play, fast forward, reverse, cut, ripple cut, and things like that. Now I've got the same functions on the Tourbox, but with a far more intuitive feel. I'm able to scroll the timeline with like inertia, which is really cool. With the dial, I'm able to zoom the timeline and make ripple cuts and just normal blade cuts. Now here comes the best part, the color grading. The hover adjust is just beautiful. Anywhere you hover your mouse essentially activates the Tourbox. So your right hand's on the mouse, you hover over whatever you want, and then you use the Tourbox to dial in really nicely, precisely, with haptic feedback, exactly the value that you want. I don't know, it just feels nice. I love it. And my favorite specific case of this is the printer lights. Now, what is printer lights, I hear you ask? Right, this comes from like the old-fashioned way that people used to do color grading back in the film days. And basically, what it meant was like incrementally adding certain colors. So like add 1 unit of red or 1 unit of green or 1 unit of blue. It's very precise, and it's a really cool way of color grading in Davinci and like taking full control of color grading. It's available in Davinci already with a numerical keypad. So each of the numbers is like add or subtract one of the colors by like a unit. But this is taken up to another level with the Tourbox, because using the main knob, you've got one axis, and then using this one, you've got the other axis on the color wheel. So you can basically select which hue you're going towards with the main dial, and then with the other one, how much of that you're adding. It's like much more intuitive, much more tactile, and much more pleasing to work with. Having the two axes split between the two dials is actually really beneficial because it just makes your process far more intentional. On top of this, we've got things like node management on the like D-pad, the directional pad, which is cool, but again, it's kind of similar to the keyboard. I actually think this is my second favorite. A beautiful curves workflow. The curves control is actually physically stunning. It's completely and utterly intoxicating. I could just do it all day. Just look, you point with the mouse where you want the point, drag down, drag up, and then with this one you make adjustments to where that point actually sits on the line. Come on. I'll just say this, it's an orgasmic new way to control curves. That's all you need to know. Okay, secondly, we're onto Lightroom. Culling is made a lot more efficient because you're scrolling through the photos and then under your thumb you've literally got the flag or reject, and then you can quickly, using the dial, rank up the stars, rank up or down the stars. So you've got like the flagging and the star ratings. The D-pad gives you basically the quick access to your main settings, but generally you can obviously modify this. You can make quick access shortcuts to your favorite settings, favorite sliders. The hover mode as well, same as Davinci if you're using it in conjunction with the mouse, super handy. And I really like the way they've done the HSL workflow, because the whole HSL panel kind of hovers in the middle, and again you can quickly change between the colors and between the three settings, so like the hue, saturation and luminance. Let us know if you want us to share any more like specifics or any of our actual presets with you, and we'll be happy to do that.
There's actually a hidden psychological benefit to using this type of console that we were just not expecting.
You're no longer limited by the numbers, the sliders, and what you see on screen.
So instead of like changing the saturation, for example, on a shot, and you're looking at, am I pushing it too far? Am I not pushing it far enough? Like, you'll always end up looking at the numbers.
Yeah.
This way you can look at the image whilst turning it, and you can directly see before and after. You have a more
direct connection. And if you're anything like our brother below, Casper, who is extremely OCD with his edits, and all of his numbers have to add up to an even number and not exceed a certain number and be a multiplication of pi, then this will definitely help with that.
It can really help to lose that attachment to the values and focus more on the final output.
The more creative you get with the different use cases, the more you personalize it, the more the Tourbox or any tool like that becomes a means of self-expression. And self-expression is very important for an artist.
Thanks so much for watching.
That's all we've got for you today. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
I need to edit this video quickly, so you know, so good job I've got this.
Fair play. Run it up!